Okay, let's start. Okay, the topic that I'm going to discuss for this meeting is the validity and reliability of the instrument. Okay, it's necessary if you're going to construct your own instrument, kailangan mag-undergo siya ng pilot testing. And the pilot testing na what I'm trying to say to you is that it should undergo validity and reliability test. So it will examine the construction and the consistency of the results of your research instrument. That's why pag mag-pilot testing, there should be validators doon sa research instrument ninyo. Kailangan may mag-check doon sa statements, sa items, sa questions, and the statements that should reflect in the instrument should be related to your variables. And when it comes to sa reliability, kailangan siya may mag-undergo siya og testing kanang they call that. You will look for people or respondents na pwede mag-answer sa question, not necessarily na the research respondents of your study, but at least mag-try lang og answer in order to measure the consistency of the results sa inyong instrument. Okay, the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students can differentiate validity from reliability and establish the validity and reliability of the instrument. Okay, first is validity. Validity is the ability of an instrument to measure what it intends to measure. When a study investigates the common causes of absences, the content of the instrument must focus on these variables and indicators. So which means that when we say validity, it is the extent to which the instrument should measure. It should reflect, as what I have mentioned earlier, it should reflect the factors being measured related to the variables of the study. So how can you say that these items or these questions are related to the variables? You need to go back to your related literature. Kung unsa man tong gipang storya sa authors or experts about these variables, then you should consider that when it comes to writing your or constructing your research instrument. And there are different types of validity. First is the phase validity, also known as logical validity. Phase validity involves an analysis of whether the instrument is using a valid scale. The procedure calls only for intuitive judgment. The researcher determines phase validity by looking at the features of the instrument. So when we say phase validity, this is the surface level of examining the research instrument. It includes examining if you use the right scaling instrument. Like for example, if nagamit ka og if the type of questions na imuhang gina-construct and what is the factor that you want to measure, kailangan coincide siya, nag-align siya. Like if Likert scale ba ang appropriate na gamiton or different semantic scale kailangan gamiton sa inyong instrument, and it also includes like size sa paper, sa font size, kasi nga face validity siya. The surface level lang na factors ang gina-examine sa research instrument. The next, we have the content validity. This is determined by studying the questions to see whether they are able to elicit the necessary information. An instrument with high content validity has to meet the objectives of the research. So content validity, it should measure what your research intends to measure. You need to go back to your research objective or unsa man inyong statement of the problem. Like for example, what are the personality traits of grade 10 students? Thus, yung sa content ng research instrument, kailangan yung items or questions can really measure the personality traits of the students. So, paano yan malalaman? Kailangan tingnan yung balik doon sa related literature. What are the things being established or being said by the authors or experts about these specific variables in sa study? This type of validity is not measured by a numerical index, but relies instead on logical judgment as to whether the test measures what it is supposed to measure. So kailangan sa content validity, the way na pagka-construct ng items or ng questions, kailangan siya related or naka-align siya doon sa related literature ng variables ng study. Content validity is measured by subjecting the instrument to an analysis by a group of experts who are knowledgeable about the subject both in theory and practice. So when you construct your own research instrument, kailangan siya may validators. It's because they are the ones who will validate, who will give the go signal that your research instrument can be used for a research purpose. So, halimbawa, if yung study ninyo is about psychology, may related siya sa psychology, meaning dapat yung validator ng research instrument ninyo is kayong psychologist or may knowledge about doon sa what do you call that, sa topic na kinakandak ninyo. So in our case, sa atin, ako lang yung mag-validate kasi wala man tayong kakilalang ano. But still, I can check your research instrument kasi magbe-base ako doon sa rated literature na sinubmit nyo sa akin. Then we have construct validity. This refers to whether the test corresponds to its theoretical construct. It is concerned with the extent to which a particular measure relates to the other measures and its consistency with the theoretically derived hypothesis. In construct validity, related siya doon sa theoretical framework ninyo. So kailangan kung ano yung theory na ginagamit ninyo para sa study, kailangan that's the very thing that you're going to use as a basis for your research instrument. So for example, sa yung may research na about personality traits, yung ginamit doon is yung yung openness, conscientiousness, and basta mayroon siya specific na theory na ginamit para ma-measure yung personality trait. So, meaning kung ano yung theory, kailangan yun din yung mag-reflect sa ano ninyo sa research instrument. Kaya halimbawa, sige ito. Ano ni? Wait. Ito. So, itong study, yung theoretical framework niya, gamit 5-factor model according to McRae and Costa. So, dapat, pag measure sa personality traits, mag-reflect siya dire. Asa to? So, we have extraversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, openness. So, naka-assign siya na number dire sa research instrument. So, halimbawa, sa number 1, I am talkative. Sa man ni siya. Number 1, extraversion. So nag-reflect siya. And another theory na ginamit nila to measure the game design preferences. Saan ito? Theoretical framework of Unique, LeBlanc, and Zubik about dun sa mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics framework. Dun sa theory, meron siyang sensation, fantasy, narrative, challenge, fellowship, discovery, or exploration, expression, submission. So, dapat mag-reflect siya dire. Naay items na naka-assign sa sensation, may items naka-assign sa fantasy, may items naka-assign sa narrative, may items naka-assign sa fellowship, may items naka-assign sa discovery, and so on. So, ang inyong research instrument should be related to your theoretical framework. Tama ni. Criterion-related validity or equivalence. This type of validity is an expression of how scores from the test are correlated with an external criterion. So, itong criterion-related, kailangan siya yung the consistency of the results sa study ninyo or sa pag-pilot testing. So, kailangan, for example, if mag-pre-test at saka post-test, so kailangan there should be high correlation doon sa first result at saka second result. If yung index ng correlatedness is mababa siya, then kailangan siya i-revise yung questions. Doon sa last year yung ginawa namin, merong mga questions na mababa yung index. So ginawa namin, ni-revise siya. Possible kasi yung mga pronouns or even single word lang sa sentence maka-affect siya sa validity ng research instrument. So criterion validity measures how well one measures predicts an outcome for another measure. A test has this type of validity if it is useful for predicting performance or behavior in another situation. Itong criterion validity, pwede siya yung sa mga entrance exam, yung sa mga call that mock test, pwede siya ginagamit ang criterion validity kasi pwede siya magamit in order to predict future results. Like halimbawa sa entrance exam, ginagamit ng mga universities and colleges. They want to test the students to want to admit the university if makaya nila yung standard ng education doon sa school. Halimbawa sa USEP, meron silang entrance exam. They want to make sure that the students na mag-enroll sa university ay makaya nila yung standard ng school, the culture, ano yung mga demand ng school. And types of criterion validity. Okay, we have predictive. Okay, this measures the extent to which a feature level of variable can be predicted from a current measurement. This includes correlation with measurements made with different instruments. Okay, the one that I've mentioned earlier, yung sa mock results, mock exams, entrance exams sa colleges and universities, that's an example of predictive predictive validity. We also have concurrent. It deals with measures that can be administered and validated at the same time. It is determined by administering both the new test and standardized test to a group of respondents, then finding the correlation between the two sets of the scores. Ito yung concurrent validity. For example, if you're going to construct a new test pero meron ng standardized or established test na nag-exist. So if you want to test the validity of the newly constructed test, kailangan i-compare mo siya doon sa previous na already existing na test. Halimbawa, if you want to make a new test questionnaire para sa to determine the IQ level of your respondents or your students. So kailangan siya mag-conduct ka ng dalawang test. First is yung sa previous or yung standardized test. Next is yung newly constructed na test questionnaire na ginawa mo. So, i-compare mo yung result sa dalawang test. So, if closely related lang yung result ng test, meaning mataas yung validity ng newly constructed test. Pero pag malaki yung difference nila, meaning you need to revise the newly constructed test kasi mababa yung correlation nila. So we also have reliability. Reliability refers to the consistency of the results. A reliable instrument yields the same results for individuals who take the test more than once. Okay, you say reliability, it is the degree to which an assessment tool produces stable and consistent results. Meaning, kapag nag-administer ka ng test, if consistent yung result, meaning mataas yung reliability niya. If, for example, if a person weighs themselves during the course of a day, they would expect to see a similar reading. Scales which measured weight differently each time would be of little use. Like for example, meron kang weighing scale na gagamitin to measure your weight. Like halimbawa, nag-measure ka morning or let's say may time interval. So let's say every 2 hours, nag-measure ka. If mayroong malaking difference doon sa weight mo gamit the same weighing scale, ibig sabihin may problema doon sa weighing scale mo. If consistent yung result, yung pag-weigh ng scale mo, pag-weigh ng weighing scale, ibig sabihin, pag hindi siya consistent, may problema doon sa weighing scale. Pag consistent siya, meaning reliable yung weighing scale. Okay, methods in establishing reliability. Test, retest, or stability test. The same test is given to a group of respondents twice. The scores in the first test are correlated with the scores in the second test. When there is a high correlation index, it means that there's also a high reliability test. Itong test, retest, consistent result from the first test to the second test. Okay, if there's a high correlation, meaning or relatedness sa result, meaning reliable yung research instrument. Like halimbawa, pag pre-test at saka post-test. Kapag the same yung result nila or pareho, meaning mataas yung reliability ng research instrument. Okay, problems to consider kapag undergo ka ng reliability test. Okay, some students may remember some of the items during the first administration. So for example, during sa pre-test, nag-answer sila, then post-test. If the students can still remember the questions and even the answers doon sa pre-test during the time that they took the post-test, meaning hindi genuine yung data na makukuha mo. So maka-apekto siya sa result. The scores may differ not only because of the unreliability of the test, but also because the students themselves may have changed in some ways. Kaya halimbawa, if yung students, if you nag-test ka ng personality test, halimbawa dun sa Myers-Briggs na kinandak ko sa inyo, if the second time, mag-answer mo ato na test, the same test sa Myers-Briggs, if merong difference doon sa result, possible nag-change ang iyong character or yung personality niyo or yung preference ninyo. So meaning yung hindi man nag-change yung or wala mang problema doon sa research instrument but the respondents themselves may nag-change sa kanila. Weaknesses of test-retest. Even if test-retest correlation can be computed, its interpretation is not necessarily straightforward. Reactivity refers to the fact that sometimes the very process is not done logically and sometimes a phenomenon can induce change itself. And overestimation due to a memory. So when we say interpretation is not necessarily straightforward, which means that if there's a problem with how the researcher constructed the research instrument. So if yung may items doon sa research instrument na hindi siya necessarily na nag-reflect doon sa either theoretical framework or yung factors that related to the variables of the research, so possible maka-affect siya sa result. And sa process then, when it comes to conducting a research sa pilot testing, if may mali doon sa procedure, meaning it can affect doon sa future result sa study. So dapat, when you conduct a pilot testing, kailangan you undergo the right process or right procedure because it can affect the quality of the data that you can gather. Overestimation due to memory, like for example, as what I have mentioned earlier, kapag yung respondents ninyo is they copy their answers from their previous test because you use the same research instrument, then it can affect dun sa result ng pilot testing. We also have internal consistency. If the test in question is designed to measure a single basic concept, it is reasonable to assume that a respondent who gets one item right is likely to correctly answer another item that is similar. Kaya halimbawa, if doon sa research instrument ninyo, may mga items na they have the same ideas or thoughts or related lang yung pagkaka-construct. They have the same meaning. So if your respondents have different answers from the items nandoon sa research instrument, so maka-affect siya doon sa consistency ng result ninyo. Kaya halimbawa, you want to find out how satisfied your customers are with the level of customer service they receive at your call center. You send out a survey with 3 questions designed to measure overall satisfaction. Choices for each question are strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree. Kaya halimbawa, these 3 statements or items, I was satisfied with my experience. I will probably recommend your company to others. If I write an online review, it would be positive. So if you're going to examine these 3 statements, pare-pareho lang siya ng idea or meaning. So if yung response niyo iba-iba yung answer nila, meron siyang halimbawa dito sa number 1, answer niya is strongly disagree. Sa number 2, strongly agree naman yung answer niya. Pagdating sa number 3, neutral. So you see there's inconsistency with the answer of the respondents. So meaning maka-affect siya sa internal consistency ng research instrument ninyo. So dapat if kapag the same lang yung thoughts or your meanings ng items or yung questions, kailangan closely related lang yung answer na either strongly agree or disagree or strongly disagree. If the survey has good internal consistency, respondents should answer the same for each question. So that's what I have mentioned earlier. Kailangan the same siya or almost the same yung answer to those questions that have the same meaning. Okay. We also have split half method. The split half method assesses the internal consistency of a test, such as psychometric tests and questionnaires. There, it measures the extent to which all parts of the test contribute equally to what is being measured. Itong split half method, ano siya, if you have a research instrument, tapos dinivide ninyo yung research instrument, yung questions from the research instrument, then you administered different time. This is done by comparing the results of one half of a test with the results from the other half. A test can be split in half in several ways, like for example, first half and second half, or by odd and even numbers. If the two halves of the test provide similar results, this would suggest that the test has internal reliability. So if yung first half ng research instrument at saka yung second half ng research instrument, consistent yung result nila, meaning mataas yung internal reliability ng research instrument. Kapag mababa naman, meaning mababa yung internal reliability ng test. So, kailangan siya i-revise. And we also have Kuder-Richardson test. This method measures the extent to which items in one form of a test share commonalities with one another, as do the items of an equivalent test form. This is also called item total correlation. Itong Kuder-Richardson test, ginagamit siya if binary variables yung research instrument. Meaning, meron siyang two options. Yung test questionnaire mo is two options lang siya. And other areas for assessing quantitative measures. You have the sensitivity, specificity, comprehensibility, precision, speed, range, linearity, and reactivity. Ito namang sensitivity, kailangan you need to be sensitive with the questions that you're going to construct or items that you're going to include in your research instrument. Kasi possible siya kapag sensitive yung topic na nasa research instrument, basig maka-affect siya sa respondent. Parang kanang awkward din siya or uncomfortable siya mo answer sa inyong research instrument. So kailangan you to make sure sensitive ang pagka-construct sa research instrument. We have also specificity. Kailangan siya concise, kailangan specific ang yung pagka-construct. Meaning, dali siya masabtan. It's related with comprehensibility. Specific para dali siya masabtan sa inyong respondents. And we have precision. It should be in line with the variables, the theoretical framework, and the factors mentioned sa related literature doon sa research instrument. Those have speed. Kailangan dali na siya ma-answer. It should be easily answered by your research respondents. The range. Kailangan ma-cover ninyo ang scope na kailangan ninyo i-cover when it comes to constructing your research instrument. Kailangan ma-cover tanang scope. And linearity. The same thing, dapat inline siya sa variables na kailangan ninyo i-measure. And we have reactivity. What will be the possible reactions when it comes to answering your research instrument? In planning the collection of data, the researcher should classify the type of data to be collected as textual or numerical. The researcher must also have a timeline in collecting the data from the subjects or respondents for practical purposes. So, in planning and collecting the data, as what I have mentioned earlier, you need to conduct in the right procedure. It's because it can possibly affect the quality of the data that you can gather. Then these are the things that you need to consider when you're going to collect your data. For the people, secure the approval and endorsement of the proper authorities for the conduct of the study. Okay, when you conduct a research, kailangan you need to consider the ethics, the research ethics. So, kailangan mo mag-submit og letter asking for approval in order to conduct to research. Maka-ask mo og permission para ma-allow ang respondents ninyo na mo participate sa study. Then the finances. All research undertakings have financial requirements. So, conducting a research, mugasto gid mo. So, you need to make sure that you need to plan your cost para maka-save mo og money, dili mo maka-waste sa inyong resources. Then the schedule, good scheduling of the conducting the research. So, because you have the deadline to beat in order to submit the research, so kailangan you need to be mindful of the schedule. So when you're going to conduct the study, when you're going to analyze, going to interpret, o kailangan kanus-an ninyo masulat inyong research. Then miscellaneous, what to wear, what to do to ensure the safety of the participants, how to motivate the participants, how to build rapport and connection with them. So in miscellaneous, these are the other things that you may consider when it comes to conducting a research. So kailangan comfortable ang inyong participants sa inyo ha. You need to build connection with them. So kailangan they are in the mood to answer the research respondent. For example, wala sila sa mood na mag-answer. Possible magpamataka lang, magpamataka lang sila answer sa survey. So maupod na ang Waterloo when it comes to research, quantitative research, no, kasi possible na mag-check lang ng inyong research respondent sa inyong instrument. Pagkapuyan sila, wala sa mood na mag-answer. And that's the end of the discussion. So do you have questions, clarifications? So sa inyo ha, basig maglisod mo ka ng ano ba? Ako, I would like to be honest sa inyo, basig maglisod mo og ka ng, tawag ani, oy, conduct og pilot testing ba? Like for example, kailangan manggod mo nalaman yung respondent sa iyong research, 'di ba? So kailangan sa pilot testing manggod, kailangan mo mag-conduct og reliability test. Meaning mag-administer mo og test sa respondents sa inyong pilot testing. Pero those respondents in pilot testing are not the official research respondents in research. Meaning gamiton lang ninyo sila in order to measure the reliability of your reliability of your research instrument. So pag maglisod ganit ta, siguro dili na lang ta mag-reliability test, mag-validity test lang ta. Kasi ano ba, lusod manggod. Pero last year naka-reliability test mi ato, lagi diretso na lang. Ano manggod, maglisod. Maglisod magpangita og kanang ano ba, kanang respondents kani para sa pilot testing. Nya wala na tay time, gipit sa time manggod ba? Gipit sud kay ta sa time. Ang inyuhang second, check sa na calendar ha. Second quarter exam ninyo kay December 2 to 4. Nya unsa na ta karon nya, mag-research lang inyong subject. Dagan biya mag subject karon first sem. Gipit kita sa time. Nya naapay tawag ani oy. Magbuhat pa mo sa inyong unsa man ni kun dili mag-reliability test, sir. Anyway, practical research sa bitaw ni wala na ako gina-underestimate ni siya nga pero at least maka-experience lang mo, for experience lang ni. Anyway, mag-validity test bitaw ta. Ako ang i-check ang inyong research instrument. Nandili na lang siguro kung magkuha og last year ang panel kay wife ni Sir Laya. Tumaayo jud siya sa ano na siya sa tawagan na sa UIC na siya naga-teach. Pero kung maglisod ko ka ng ano pangita kay sigma busy ang mga tao niya. Ano manggod? Mag-online lang panel defense. Okay lang sa inyo ha. Validity test lang ato ang gamiton, meaning ako lang i-evaluate ang inyong research instrument, ang pag-construct ninyo kung related, kung nag-align ba siya sa theoretical framework. Unsa man, masig maglisod manggod pangita og respondents para sa pilot testing, or ano ba, or magipit mo sa time. Okay lang? Sige, okay lang ha. By the way, ang update sa ano sa grade 10 number of students, ano din sila, 55 sila kabuok. So meaning dili na mo mag-compute gamit ang formula para makuha ang samples nila. Meaning 30 ra kabuok. I will ask Ma'am Kay. Kay nagatudlo man siya sa nag-start na mo kay Ma'am Kay sa inyo ang chem sa iya ha. Mag-ask ko sa iya ha na mag-administer para sa grade 10 during sa iyang time. And then reminder ha, pag guys, November 3 ha, ayaw nyo kalimte para na ako time mag-check sa inyo ang research instrument. Last year ako nag-check sa tanang research instrument nila. My God, kapoy kaayo. May gani na ay uban dito na nag-adapt na og research pero pila ra pud sila kabuo. Wala na may questions, concerns? Ay, by the way, ang inyong module sa katong wala pa na ako na post. I-post na ako later. Nakaano na ako na human na to, nakalimot na kog post. At para sa karon na week, pwede next week na lang ako i-post ang module intended for this week. I'm thinking sa inyong final outline defense after na siguro sa inyong sa exam kung dili makayan yung buhat, mag-asa ko sa kay Ma'am Princess. Sir, na ako'y kailan na pwede mag-panelist. Kinsa man na tiya. Imong mama, charot. Sino yung tiya? Joseph pud iyan ni. Taga saan yan? Taga saan yan sa tiya? Taga Oriental. Tayo po doon.
Pero virtual man, sir.
Wait lang. Unsa yang unsa man iyahang yung background or iyahang expertise tiya? Istorya na lang tiya.
Masteral, sir. Graduate.
Maulaw man ko, oy. Actually, dili kay ko mag-demand manggod sa inyo ha karon. You know, the situation.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Sir, kana good si Sir Joseph, sir. Murag ikaw, good sir, na down to earth.
Mao ba?
Madali ra gyud nako na siya approach, sir, kanang dali ra gyud na siya bira-birahon kay kuang good gani, dedicated good gani siya, sir. Pagkatapos gyud siya, steward, helpful gyud siya kaayo.
Ba?
Oo, ana siya, sir.
Maulam manggod karon baka di ko gusto mag-demand, magbayad manggod sa panel. Nya ba? Lisod manggod. Gusto mo ko ma'am na as much as possible na maka-save.
makasabot na siya, sir. I-approach sa siya ni Tia. Kay suod man po ni, kuan man ni siya, murag ka ng younger sister man ang treatment niya kay Tia. So, pwede siya ni Tia hangyoon na kuan, in-need kayo siya sa help. Tapos, mo respond man na siya dayon. Nya, dili gud na siya, sir. Kabalo ba ka sa sir? Gibira na ako na siya mag-judge sa Davao, sir. Di gyud na siya magpabayad, sir. Kay maulaw siya, sir. Kanang humble kaayo.
As in.
As in, super.
Maulaw siya.
Sir, karon gud na panahon, sir, no, murag iset aside na gud nato na atong ulaw kay most in need gyud tag help karon. As in.
Sige, ma'am, i-consider na ako na siya. I-ask naman po na ako si Ma'am Princess kung unsa pud iyang ano.
Oo, basig na apoy ano si Ma'am Princess. Onya, if ever, kung napoy other reserve na diri, puros po na sila mga master, mga kuan, kay maupod na ilahang mga kuan good sir, kanang mga research.
Sige.
Sorry sir ha, kay
Okay ra, ma'am, oy.
Alam ang mama. Anak man ko sir good ba, basta na ay mga gusto ko.
Salamat, ma'am. Sige, we'll try to consider ana sa suggestion sa mother ni Tia. I will ask Ma'am Princess sa kung unsa pod ang iyang iyang suggestion. Kay every time naga-defense me kinaga-ask mo ko sa iya kung unsa ang kay siya mo ginakuha sa sa pag mag-defense. Then, unsa pa inyong concerns, guys? Wala na. Sige, basta karong November 3, at least masubmit ninyo ang ang inyong research instrument. Matay, walay masubmit ha. Okay, anyway, that's it. I think it's a wrap. I'm going to end na. Bye, guys.